Okay, welcome to the Hot Mess Mountain Mamas.
That's right.
And we're really feeling like
the hot mess today.
Mountain Mamas today.
Yeah. Yes, feeling it.
This is episode 40.
Yes.
And
we
later...
Anyway.
Yeah, we think it's episode 40, so we're just going to roll with it. We're just 40 and a half, maybe, if we already have 40, or 39 and 3/4.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Something like that.
So... We are later. Okay, so before we get too far ahead of ourselves, later this afternoon, we will be getting on live on Facebook. Should we do it on Jacqi Cambish?
Sure.
Okay, we'll do it on the Jacqi Cambish Faith and Family blog.
Yes.
And we will be picking a winner.
Yes, winner for the fun stuff.
For our giveaway.
And
I have one more thing I'm going to throw into the giveaway.
Ooh, what do you
that I realized that I had.
Ooh, what do you have?
So I have this little container of sheep tallow lotion.
Ooh.
That
can I just have that? Like, don't give it away.
I can give you another one.
But
it
awesome.
smells. It has the essential oil Luscious Lemon in it.
Oh.
And it
has a citrusy kind of smell?
Yes, it's very citrusy. It's happy.
It doesn't smell like sheep then?
No. Sheep tallow. In fact, sheep tallow has a very mild scent anyway. But it's amazing. Yes. It's amazing.
I've done goat milk stuff.
Oh yeah.
But not sheep tallow. So this is awesome.
Yeah.
Yay.
So it's really good for your cuticles. It's super thick. So it's it's kind of like that intense rashes.
Yes. Yeah, okay. And that really dry Colorado air.
Exactly.
Hitting your skin.
Yes.
Because my skin freaks out.
Yes.
Every time the seasons change.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome.
So I thought it occurred to me, I was like, I should totally throw this in because this would be so cool to throw in.
I love it. That's
so awesome. We have a lot, you guys.
So
you better
many fun things.
Yeah.
And I only have one more day to create on my journal, on the devotional
the coloring
book. Yes. Biblical Truth Coloring devotional.
Yeah. Are you going to print more of those to maybe
I'm thinking about it. I'm going to see how well
because I want one.
So this one it's going to be like the mock-up.
That's awesome. Okay, so we should trade. Yeah. I'll give you some sheep tallow lotion and you can give me a coloring book.
So I'm gonna bind it together and print on cardstock.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Just because for the sake of being able to actually put it together. And I like the idea of it being printed and not just and not something that is a PDF that someone else has to print.
I know. I feel you on that.
Things like that, and I'm like, okay, but now I gotta go print it. I don't know. I just want you guys to be able to use it. But it's not like an officially published thing. Yeah. So it's just kind of fun. But I did think about trying to make more and maybe doing like the saddle bind or something.
Yeah. That'd be so cool.
So we'll see. We'll see how this one all comes together. But it'll be it will be a bound. It's kind of the spiral.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And it'll be for the person who wins it. It will be in a cohesive togetherness. Where I don't know. See, this is what a hot mess mom I am. I can't even speak. I'm like,
y'all know, right? Y'all know. So here's the deal. So we're drawing this afternoon. So if you have not subscribed and you're watching this, you better go subscribe so you can get your name in the bucket.
Right. Yes.
We could actually use a bucket.
We're getting together this afternoon to cook stuff.
That's right.
Stuff, do stuff.
So awesome. So today, because actually this is a perfect piggyback. I know there is a Keurig in here too. We're using Nana's cabin to get away from the children.
Disappear for a minute. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. So thank you,
I'm like a drunk person. I'm like, okay. If I go around the corner, I'm getting another. What's in there? Okay. It's because I'm getting another hit of coffee. It's coffee, you guys.
It's coffee.
My baby
thinks
it's
she's so awesome.
She thinks I'm hilarious. It's nice if someone in the family laugh at all your jokes.
I know. And she's always smiling.
Yeah,
she's always smiling. So to piggyback off of journal, the coloring journal.
Yes.
Okay, so
yes.
Who journals?
Right.
Who journals? I used to journal.
I used to journal
all the time.
And
like,
then
I have books
I do
filled.
too. Yeah.
As a child, I would journal every day. Every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of blows my mind.
Yeah, that is a healthy thing to journal. I should probably do more of it. I started, I think, as a girl trying to keep like a diary.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really have that many exciting things to put in a diary.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, but it really was like a journal.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'd be really good about it. Like I'd write every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would go like months and not write anything. And then I'd have years where I would write a lot. And then, just times where I didn't write as much. I haven't written as much recently.
Mm-hmm.
I think in a lot of ways, though, I sort of journal a little bit on like social media.
Yeah. Yes.
Like
I can see that.
A little bit edited. Like I'm not just like, today I'm gonna, write in my journal, all sorts of profanities or something, and then I just click send, share on it. but like, so it is like
That's
usually
true.
like I'll write and then I'm like maybe I might edit it a little bit so it makes sense if somebody reads it.
Yeah, it's like your microblog that you do.
Yeah. So I don't necessarily do that every day, but I do think that's a journaling outlet for me.
Yeah, that's true. I hadn't really thought about that. That some people, because if you think about it, some people do totally use that and put together like cohesive thoughts then that are even like, well, because
struggling with that today.
Sometimes whenever I hand journal, I'm
and so I would think like, so probably even sometimes I write things, but I don't. Like I'll write them in the notes on my phone, and I'll think I might share this, but then I don't always.
Yeah.
So probably
more digital.
Journaling takes like a more digital form. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And so
interesting.
Writing about the important things that I want to talk about or write
Not
about.
like what I did.
I don't know. What did you do?
I would be like, I got up at 5 a.m. and I fed my horse and then I ate breakfast and then I did school. Like, I was literally like, this is what I did.
Well, yeah. And and that was an outlet, for me as a kid. Yeah. To be able to write or to draw something. I wasn't a great artist though, so I'd usually write things.
I had some, it's true. I had some art journals too. That yes, we're not. It's not like, ooh, let's sell this.
No. If I die and you come across them, you're not gonna be like,
maybe if I blew it
bring
up
in $1,000
to like a wall size print, somebody would be like, oh, look at that.
Look at the details.
Look at that art. It's modern art.
Yeah, modern art. Yeah. What is the sub art in this art?
Yeah, exactly.
What's behind the art?
So, this whole topic got me thinking because I have been noticing, I started doing some journaling in the evening sometimes.
Okay.
Not like every other week, one night a week.
When you're not too tired.
Exactly, when I don't want to just zone out and do nothing.
Yeah.
And I did actually find myself being able to reflect on the day and actually like have some like ability to start to understand how I should be acting during the next day. And so I guess just processing time. It was almost like a debrief time where I was sitting there journaling. It was really good, but I'm never consistent at it. It's like I really just struggle at it. Well then, so my dad's here.
Yeah.
And so like I asked my dad the other day, he was heading off to go do something. I'm like, oh, what are you going to go do now, Dad? He was like, oh, I'm going to go sit down and journal. And I was like, which is normal. It's totally normal for him. Ever since I was little, I remember him journaling. Now he had his own business.
Okay.
So he, a lot of times he wrote down everything he did for whatever project he was working on for someone. He would write down what he did so he could put it in the invoice.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's what I always thought he did. Like, that's what I thought he was doing on his computer, was just business. He is retired.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's why I was like, and he still is journaling.
That's awesome.
And I was like,
I think it is healthy. I'm just gonna give my baby some Cheerios.
She's like, give me some more food over here, Mom.
I'm bored.
Give me the stink eye. So I just thought it was interesting because I actually kind of wonder if that helps with memory loss, like as you get older, if it helps you to be able to retain information.
I bet there must be some form of being able to remember that way. Because if you also, writing stuff down kind of makes you think about it more. Mm-hmm. But then also, if you were like, what was that? You could go back and look at your note and remember. And remember, like, it would make, like, what you wrote about it might help you to remember it. I bet that's...
Yeah. I could see with that because I don't recall things very easily. Like, I forget almost instantly.
Yeah.
Like, I totally forgot. I had written it down, but then I didn't look at my notes that we were supposed to plant trees today.
Oh.
And I had totally forgot until yesterday, and Jordan was like, hey, so I'm going to go dig up those trees. And I was like, wait, what? You're not working tomorrow?
Yeah.
I know if I'd written it down, I probably would have recalled it.
Even I write things down on the calendar, and then I don't look at my calendar, and then I don't remember.
Exactly.
Or I can't read my own writing. I'm like, what is that?
What is that? For real?
What does that say?
Am I drawing again?
Our wonderful friend that we've mentioned many times on this podcast, had to show me how to use Google Calendar the other day, so it'll show up on my phone. Because I'm like, but the thing is, it'll like alert, and then the alert goes away. So if I don't see it, if it happens when I'm like doing something else, or a kid picks up my phone and changes the screen, then it goes away. And if I didn't, if I knew I had something that day. Yeah. And I look at the calendar, I'm like, oh yeah. But if I completely spaced it and then I don't see that, I'm like, I guess I have nothing to do today. And then people are like, are you coming? And I'm like, oh no.
That is so
yeah. So I'm like, how do I get this to like show up instead?
That right there, I feel like that is, if I don't look at my calendar at all, that's how I go through my whole day. It's like, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And
I'm wide open. Exactly. I'm wide open. I can do whatever I want. Yeah. I have very few days where that's actually true, though.
I know.
Very few. I'm usually running around like a chicken with its head chopped off because I'm like...
Because you do look at your calendar and you're like, I overbooked. Like that.
Yeah.
She's like over there.
So animated. She's like, we did that today. We were like, yeah, she's showing you what we did today. She's just wiggling it all up.
For real.
She is hilarious. She loves when you get excited. She gets excited.
For real.
But yeah, so journaling and keeping a calendar for that matter.
I know.
Be very helpful.
Yep.
I thought about trying to get back into journaling more, but then it is hard for me at the end of the day to like do one more thing.
I know, just to be like, oh, here's another assignment I have to do. Like that's what it feels like sometimes. Yeah. But so do you keep I don't know how to say it. Like, do you keep a Bible journal? Like whenever you read your Bible, do you ever write down?
I have at different times, but not specifically. So what I do right now mostly is I read a lot of times. I read in the YouVersion Bible app, and then you can highlight things.
Oh, yeah.
And then sometimes I'll make notes that I want to come look at again. Or I'll take that scripture and like copy it and paste it into my notes and make a little note. So in a way, I
got
do.
It. Yeah, you are kind of basically,
but not in the more traditional sense.
Yep.
But I do also make images out of verses sometimes.
Oh, that's the coolest thing. I'm sorry. Then you post them.
I do post a lot of them. Yeah, I haven't posted all of them, but I do post a lot of them. But then that sometimes will remind me of like what I was thinking about when I read it.
Yeah.
So there's like that visual piece too.
Yeah.
So in a way I do, but it's much more digitalized and less formal. Yeah. Less of a formal process.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. And so a lot of times if I post it, I do put like a little note like of something I was thinking about.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. So see, this is cool. Sorry, I think
but I like the process. I mean, I like the idea of having, the hard thing about that is even if I put it on Instagram, let's say, you get far enough, you get enough things and that it does kind of disappear.
Yeah, you have to go back and look through your own stuff.
Things have to load, things have to, and there might be other stuff mixed in.
Yep.
So I do like the idea of having something that's
like a physical copy.
Like a physical copy. I just don't, it just doesn't, I do not make it happen at this stage of my life.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's totally. I just was curious. I think it's cool because that's probably the one thing that I have been pretty consistent on is I will keep a biblical journal, but I don't necessarily write down, like I don't process my day through it. So like I'll write down what was encouraging about that passage.
Yeah.
I'll write down a quote maybe. So I use the First 5 app. And I've been going through some of their studies. And I've been reading the studies to my kids too. And that's been really fun to do that with them. But so I've been using that. But in terms of like actually processing through my day and like the highs and the lows.
But do you find that whatever, so sorry, I'm giving her more.
No, it's all good. Do what you need to do.
Do you find that, she bangs over there. More!
It's like, give me more cherry.
Oh, it's so funny. You know, it's so funny. They're probably all on your floor.
That's okay.
Do you find that the things that you're gonna put in there, like, I find a lot of times the thing that jumps out at me and the thing that resonates with me is something that has to do with my day or that week. You know, if something has come up or there's some kind of thing on my heart. Oh no, you don't want Cheerios? Do you want to come over here?
Oh man, she is working.
Come over here. You want to come over here? The thing that I tend to pull out things that maybe have to do with what is going on though. Even though it might not be specifically writing down what happened in that day, but maybe an issue that came up that day or a thought process that I had. Now I'm reading in scripture and then I'm like, if I write something down, may not be a specific thing that happened, but it probably has to do with something I've been thinking about.
Oh yeah. So I might write like a sentence or two maybe of like how it has affected my day because I normally do mine in the morning. Okay. So like something even from the day before, like I might write down a sentence or two, but a lot of times I'm such a like, let's move to the next thing. Let's get the next thing done. Let's get the next thing done. That sometimes I'm like, I don't want to take the time to write out the entire story or process, even though that's really what I should do for my brain's sake and probably for my family's sake. Yeah. But a lot of times I'm like, this is such a big waste of time. I'm just going to write down a sentence about this and hopefully it'll trigger.
Hopefully something good will come of it.
But I do think it's valuable for me to write down. Like I even think about, it's like the Diary of Anne Frank. Like if she had not journaled and written down everything that happened, like we wouldn't have those stories of her personal experience.
That is true.
And that is kind of not that I'm expecting somebody to publish anything that I have like from my journal I have written.
Mine would be very historically exciting. It would just be like...
It would be so boring for me.
And then it snowed again.
Yeah. And I burned my face.
And I burned my face.
Again.
While I tried to put wood in the fireplace.
And well, that's even like, okay, so thinking about that in that way. So Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah.
Like...
The people have already written about that, though.
I know. I'm just saying.
Here I am in the 21st century.
I just think the value of journaling is really good, and I'm convicted.
Well,
that
and
I should journal
might be things that you don't see as significant. Like, I wonder how many of those things Anne Frank wrote about that she thought somebody's going to read this someday. Like, she probably didn't think about that.
Yeah, she probably did not think anybody would read it.
Yeah. Probably not.
So,
yeah.
It's kind of crazy whenever you do think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. It is kind of crazy, but
yeah.
Interesting. So, yeah, I do think there's a lot of value in journaling.
Yeah.
And sometimes that like they have like devotional journals now, so sometimes that'll walk you through.
Yep.
You know. I said now, like, as if that was, like, a super new thing. I'm like, and now there's a new category. No, but, you know, like, depending, like, sometimes you can find a journal that specifically prompts you for a specific thing.
That's true.
But also maybe you just write down what's going on in your life right then, too. So it's different.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to give a different perspective.
Okay.
Because there is one of my friends that came up here. This just popped in my head, so
okay. No, that's great.
So she mentioned to me that she actually does not like to journal because she's like, or if she does, she's really careful about what she journals about because she's like, if somebody did come through and read it, like, what do I want them to actually be reading? And
today I almost
murdered my husband.
My husband. I was like, wait, why could I say that's so outlandish? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, I guess it depends on
it's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
I just thought it was an interesting
if you
think
about like, oh, what if my kids read this and I had an entry that was like, they're making me crazy.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I wish I didn't have kids or something. You know what I mean? Like, which might have been what you felt in the moment of like, oh my gosh, this is so hard.
Right.
But then like, how are they going to read that? Like I can understand that.
Yeah.
At the same time, I think sometimes if in a journal, like if somebody were to read your thoughts and see that you are a rounded person with vulnerabilities and failures.
Yeah.
But then also if what you're writing about also is written from a perspective of walking in your faith also, then it could be encouraging potentially.
Yeah.
That there's transparency in the difficulty of life, and yet maybe if you're a person who is also walking with the Lord, maybe you're overcoming. I don't know. It's just interesting. It's interesting to think about someone else reading what I think most people would consider their private thoughts.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I hadn't thought about that either. I'm pretty sure though,
when I die, they throw all my journals into the casket with me.
There you go.
It's nobody gets their inheritance unless you do it. It's written in there.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I just thought it was an interesting perspective
that
she was like, I don't really like to do that because this. And I was like, that is interesting.
Yeah.
But I also don't expect people to read my journals.
I don't either.
That's like,
that's kind of a violation of, sorry, Anne Frank, that we published yours.
I know. Except that, you know,
well, that was totally different.
Obviously.
But I mean, like, you know, I don't know. That is something interesting to think about.
So what do y'all think?
Yeah.
Journal? Not journal?
Yeah.
Do you do it in the morning? Do you do it at night? If you do it at all, are you more digital? Like, are you kind of keeping, because I have seen people do that too, who are like, oh yeah, the art.
I've seen people like sort of journal with pictures. They know what it means.
Yeah, that's true.
But maybe.
Yeah.
Did you want a journal? Did you want a journal? Do you need one for yourself?
Seriously.
Oh goodness. Anyway, so tell us what you think about journaling, and if you journal, private thoughts.
Yeah.
How would you feel if somebody read that?
That's true. How would you feel if somebody read that?
Everyone's gonna run out and like burn
all their journals. They're gonna be like, I don't want to be on Friends.
I don't want to be on Friends. Yeah, mine would be very boring.
I know. That's kind of how I feel. I'm like, y'all would get like a couple days into it and be like,
yeah,
this is not publishable.
This is not exciting. Maybe if we were famous, they would be like, oh, and then they
she washed her face.
Peas and macaroni that day. It's great. So exciting.
It's very exciting.
All right.
So tell us, do tell, and make sure you're subscribed.
Yes, so you can win.
Get into the drawing later this afternoon.
Yeah, potentially win.
Yeah,
and then share. Because
more people
should have a chance to win.
That's right.
All right. Have a wonderful day.
Yes.
And tune back in on Facebook at Jacqi Cambish, Faith and Family microblog.
Yep.
For the live.
And that's where you can find her.
You can find me there or on Instagram.
Yep.
And you can find Becca.
Yep. Becca Maria EO.
Becca Maria EO.
Yep. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this more lighter topic.
About
not so heavy.
Journaling. Yeah. And then go buy a journal.
That's right. All right.
Have a good day.